to Roebling for round one. This season we're going to do a little bit different. We're going to hop around between different organizations and just try out some different tracks. We're going to try to make it to a few different tracks that we haven't been to before, which I always enjoy. It is going to be a little bit of an adventure because now I'm in expert class, so that's going to be a little tough, jumping into different tracks that I've never been to before and also trying to go fast. So we'll see how it goes. We may still have the same old slow bike, but we do at least have a different car to tow with. This past season and the seasons before that and track days and everything, I was always towing with a BMW X5. If I was towing like around town, I would not hesitate at all to keep that vehicle for a while longer. Given that I'm trying to go to some different tracks this year, I am a little bit hesitant to take that car on like super long trips. I mean, it did tow, I think it was rated for like 7,500 pounds or something like that, but the suspension really suffers. It's a turbocharged 6-cylinder, and you're just gonna run that thing pretty peaky, and just it's gonna eventually ask for problems. The last thing I want to do is get stuck 8 hours from home on the side of the road with the trailer, trying to figure out how to both tow a car and a trailer to somewhere while we get something fixed. And it's a BMW, so you got to find the right places to work on it. And so we are switching it up. I've never owned a truck before, but now we're in truck life. We ended up getting a Ram 2500 gas motor. Looking at some Fords for a while. Honestly, like what won me over at the end was the warranty that Ram was coming with, and then also that they started throwing in adaptive cruise control for all 2500s starting in 2025 and up, I think it was. Which, if you've ever done long trips like this, adaptive cruise control, I mean, outside of like self-driving cars, adaptive cruise control is pretty nice to have, and I couldn't get it in any Fords unless it was like really up spec. And if I'm buying a truck, I just want it to work. I don't need a luxury vehicle in a truck, so I'm just buying like base model. In Ram terminology, it's the tradesman. I mean, I'm excited. It tows way better already. I can feel the big difference. The problem is, you know, gas mileage sucks on it, but whatever. I think gas mileage is even worse than the X5 trying to tow. But it does tow much better, and I think it's going to last just quite a bit longer than the last thing. We're headed down to Roebling. I'm excited for that. First race of the year, first time ever being an expert. So there's a lot of firsts going on, and we'll see how it turns out. All right, so here we are, first race of the season, of the 2026 season for me. This is my first time in expert, and we are starting off in 6th place. We had to qualify for this. I think I ran a 16 flat, so I was really stoked about that. I wasn't really sure where I was going to come back in terms of, I'd just been off the bike all winter and didn't get much time, so I wasn't sure where I was going to go, but to set a 16 flat already for qualifying, I was pretty happy with. I felt like I was riding well today during this race. So here goes the start. We lose one position, and you know, we kind of lose the pack up there, and now we're starting to lose 2 positions.
I get this one back in the corner, and honestly, for my starts, if you've seen some of the other ones, this isn't too bad. This could have been much worse for a lot of my starts. So I'll take it. I see these guys taking off in the front here, and I kind of want to just stay with this pack. This is like a lot of the experts. These guys who were qualified in front of me, so if I can stay with them, I'm probably not doing too bad. Right in front of me here on the green bike is Michael Barkley. I don't know if you guys have watched my videos long enough. You'll remember him probably from some of my Pan Am videos. We raced a lot together back then. And then directly in front of him on that blue and kind of highlighter yellow is Caleb Kephart, who was in my class last year, but was just much faster. So I felt pretty good if I was going to be able to just keep up with these guys. I felt like, you know, Caleb was much faster. Michael gets around there because Caleb kind of gets caught up a little bit behind Robert there. And then I was excited because I'm like, all right, cool. I get a little bit of a draft here with 3 bikes. Robert gets a little caught up here and sandwiched between the two of them. You see him try to come over, and that really kind of throws him off a little bit. I'm going to come up the inside there and try to stay with these 2 guys because they seem like they're moving at a pretty good pace, but also, you know, I'm sticking with them. I don't feel like I'm, you know, crazy slower in many areas other than, you know, on the straights. We'll see. They definitely take off on me there. But, you know, for a starting lap, 120, I'm happy about that. If you guys do a lot of track days, a lot of times like 120 is going to be about where you get into advanced space. So to do a 120 from the standstill, I'm pretty happy with. There's definitely faster people, but that's pretty good for me. Here we go. Left-hander. I love this corner. Always fun. And staying with these 2. So I feel like my bike was really dialed in pretty well this weekend. It was, you know, sunny out. We had good conditions. I had been doing enough testing, and I've ridden here enough to kind of have a pretty good setup, and I keep it all in motolaptrack.com. If you haven't taken a look at it, take a look at it. It's where I keep all my notes. I put out other videos where I kind of explain what all my notes are for all of that, but I felt like the setup was pretty dialed in, and I was ready to go with that. You can see they really took off on the straight, but you know, I get a little bit of time back just breaking into turn 1, and then here in turn 3, I feel like I'm keeping up that mid-corner speed pretty well, and now by 4, when we go to tip in, I've kind of caught up to the back of them. And so this is what I'm going to start to try to think about or plan around. Like the first couple laps, you've got to figure out what your race plan is. You got to see how you're doing, see how your competitors are doing. And so I'm going to remember that kind of 3-4 turn. I've made passes there before, and that's, you know, fairly comfortable for me. And if I feel like I've got a good bit more pace there, that's what I'm going to try to look at. And then really what the priority is outside of that is I'm getting killed on this front straight. So these bikes are much faster than mine, and I need to try to get good drive out of those last 2 corners to try to stick with these guys, and I don't do a great job of it here. Another thing to note, you see there, that's the second 15. 15.278 is a new PB for me, but I had not done a 15 since my first year of racing with Pan Am. And all last year, I could not get into the 15s. I was stuck in the 16s. Done a lot of 16s, but I just could not get into the 15s. And it was a little kind of in the back of my mind eating at me. So to come back here, first race of the year, first time back on the bike in months, and then just start clicking off 15s, felt really good. It felt like I was like really riding the bike quite well. I didn't even feel like I was pushing that hard either. Like I felt like, you know, you're going fast. You're definitely cooking for my normal speed, but you felt like it was coming a little bit easy in terms of that. And I think I had a little bit more, at least for the rest of the weekend. Like if I kept racing the rest of the weekend, I think I would have maybe gotten a bit closer to a 14. That would have been really fun, but that ended up not happening. Again, I don't really catch the draft here. I wasn't close enough to do that. So now it's try to put in the work through this kind of first sector of Roebling. Turn 1, turn 2. Michael definitely takes a wider line there. I keep it a little bit tighter. It's kind of personal preference. I see lots of people going different ways. He tips in, and I do 2. You kind of notice here, he, like, once you tip in, you kind of go over those tar snakes in turn 3, and then you're kind of in the inside of those tar snakes from then on through the rest of the corner, and you cut back over for there. This is the second time in a row that I've kind of caught up to him here in the left-hander. I really like that corner, but I'm not that good at passing in it, so I need to get a little bit better on that. But it is I feel like a strong corner for me, or like I feel like I really enjoy that corner. It's a fun corner. This one, I'm gonna try to drive again, but he's still taking off. There was nothing there. I gained no advantage there trying to just get on the gas a little bit earlier, maybe go a little bit deeper initially and then try to drive out. But, you know, back to 1, I'm starting to catch up a little bit again. Going out 2, we are catching up to some lap traffic here, and I'm going to try to get around him and just stay with Michael there. We'll see. Keeping the corner speed up here. He gets held up a little bit, and then I kind of dive in there. I hope that didn't spook that guy, but I was kind of close enough that as long as he kept his line, everything would have been fine. And this is an important message, whether you're doing track days or doing racing, is regardless of how fast anyone else is, just keep doing your line. We can figure it out, get around you. Just hold your line, don't get spooked, don't worry about it, it'll be okay. I've had people blow by me in corners too, where they're much faster. Here we go, he goes a little bit wide there and then gets on the gas, so I actually do get comparatively a little bit better drive directly out the corner. This bike's going to take off, but I do get a little bit of a draft there, and that really helps me. And so I am thinking now, which corners? 3, 4. I'm thinking I'm going to go around the outside of 3, get alongside of them, and then when we flip over for 4, I'm going to have the inside line. So that's my plan here. He goes in, he tips in, I tip in, trying to go around the outside, and that's it. What I perceived happening, and if you slow it down, I think it's kind of generally correct, is once he tipped in, he went over the kind of tar snake, and I was going to go around that side, and then he started to drift back out over that tar snake, and I had nowhere to go. I'm carrying so much mid-corner speed. You see me hopping in the trailer there, that I can't tighten up that line, or else I'm just going to come on the inside of him and wipe him out when I wash out the front. And what I did there was I touched the brakes, trying to scrub some speed off and slow down and see if I could still make the corner. And I run the valving so open at Roebling that as soon as I touched the brakes, it just completely collapsed the front and just nosedived and went out. So that was it. I'll be out for a little bit, but it was a fun weekend. Lots of positives. We'll do it again next time.